Hey everyone, welcome to the Tuesday night Principal Chiro broadcast sponsored by DE and Band of Brothers around the world. Hey, before we get too far along, let's make sure we keep everybody who's recovering from last week's storm and those in Florida in the wake or the path of the next storm. Let's keep all our brothers and sisters and everybody in all those states in our prayers. If we go long or we have to get cut off, Kat's without power right now. She has other resources. So if Danny and I leave, we'll tell you, hey, it's over, but she can't shut it off possibly. So give you heads up on that. And again, thanks, Kat, for being such a true servant of DE and working without power, working through horrendous times. And speaking of Kat, if you do not have your hotel room, the hotel block is expired, but if you need a room, make sure you try to reach out to Kat either on Facebook or give her a call, and she can try to help everybody, accommodate everybody we can. The gala tickets, they're running out, but as of the 10th is when it's going to be shut down. So we got till Thursday to get your gala tickets. Again, DE is October 24th through the 27th at the Marriott Perimeter. If you're coming for the first DE for a while, this is not the place we've been going. It's called the Atlanta Marriott Perimeter Center. So there's a stop right by the MARTA. So it's really handy, really easy to get to. And I think it's going to be a busy, good, awesome DE. So if you haven't signed up yet, sign up now. And just again, most of us know that, but this Thursday is Denise Dopp's funeral. So I'm sure several of us are going to be coming down there, but let's try to keep the Dopp's family, hold them in prayer. This has got to be a tough week for Ryan and the family. So keep them in your prayers, keep the people in Florida in your prayers, keep people all along the Eastern Seaboard. We got a lot going on, and love conquers all. So let's make sure we stay in a loving space and see God taking care of everybody here. Okay, so on with our speaker tonight. He's from Parsippany, New Jersey. I think I said that right, but he can correct me. I don't speak Jersey very well, but Danny Roses has been a chiropractor now for 6 years, as most of you know. He and his crew graduated 6 years ago from Life College. Born and raised at DE. Daddy brought him to DE, and he and his whole family come, and they're just a great group of people. He said that he's been practiced by himself because he and his dad were about ready to kill themselves after only lasting about a year and a half together, and I can understand that. But our speaker tonight, Danny Roses from Jersey. Let's hear it for him. Take over, buddy.
All right. What is up, beautiful people? And it is Parsippany, New Jersey. That was a valiant effort. And thank you so much for the warm introduction. I got to say, Andy, I'm not saying you're not adorable, but one thing I love about these Tuesday night calls is I love when Brian gets on with his kids and they do the MC and they do the introductions. And every time I see that, it makes me think of how we were brought up in DE. And I think there's no better place to raise a kid. Like, I remember some of my earliest memories, excuse me, running through the halls of the Waverly, getting brought up by security to our hotel room on multiple occasions. That was just a life. And something I actually just recently figured out was when we used to go as kids, we used to be able to get unlimited room service. This is back when we had to buy movies through the TV. We would be able to do that pretty much every night, however much we wanted. Now, me and my sister, we just thought our parents were being nice. Now that I've gone through this a little bit, I realized that they just wanted to keep us out of their hair so they could hang out at the bar till 2 a.m. with all you guys. And I don't blame them one bit, because that's where all the philosophy happens. Before I get into actually what I want to talk about, something crazy happened. What's today? Tuesday. Yesterday, that I know almost everybody listening could relate to. Yesterday during lunch, I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about. And I remember I couldn't come up with anything. And I remember talking to Dean Sotilli, Uncle Dean, and I asked him, how do you always know what to say? And he said, he said, you come up with a couple key points and then you just hit the highlight reel. I've only done this once, so I only have one highlight reel to go off of. And one story that I told last year when I did this, I'm not going to retell it, but long story short, I was taking care of this woman. She was a little bit on the poorer side. She couldn't afford care. So I adjusted her for free. She got better. She disappeared. 6 months later, she came back and gave a $2,000 check. That was last summer, so a little over a year ago. I haven't seen her. I haven't really thought about her since. About 3 hours after thinking about that story, she calls, says, hey, I got in a car accident. Could I come in on Wednesday? So I'm going to see her tomorrow for the first time since then. And I don't know if it's divine intervention or whatever it is. There's a reason why she's got to be at my office tomorrow. Just incredible. Now, what I really want to talk about, and to be honest, I didn't really have that much planned, and it's because of the story I'm about to tell you. The main thing is just the importance and value of surrounding yourself with good, like-minded people. And the reason I didn't have that much time to prep was the last week, one of my friends, his father, one of my oldest friends from like elementary school, his father just got put on hospice care. And for our high school group, we graduated 13 years ago, all moved to different places, Colorado, Texas, Seattle. I lived in Georgia for a little bit. We were all always able to stay close. And this last week, I don't know how it came to fruition. I wish I could say I was the ringleader, and before I get into that, sorry. What to know about this guy is only child, mom and dad got divorced. She left, went out west. She's kind of out of the picture. No brothers, sisters, no aunts, uncles, cousins. The guy has pretty much no family. So over the last week, our friend group was somehow able to get somebody at his house round the clock pretty much every day for the last 8 days. Saturday, a bunch of people slept over. They made a fort like we were kids. Sunday, I slept over. I slept on a couch about half my size, woke up early and then adjusted a full day. But it was just incredible that we were able to get that group of people with everybody, with him at probably the hardest thing that anybody has to go through, to be able to support, love, nurture, and just be there for him. About an hour before I got this, I jumped on here. I just got a text saying that he passed. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to be there with him tonight, but I'm going to head over tomorrow. So just keep them in your prayers. It's a tough time. And I got super lucky that's just one group. And I love my high school friends. Throughout the years, you make friends, you lose friends. Over the last few years, lost a lot of friends. And I don't know if it's me maturing or getting more one with who I am, but I kind of blocked out anybody that doesn't serve any sort of value or good purpose to me. And I'll tell you what, I'm a hell of a lot happier because of that. I could honestly say everybody that I surround myself with is the most positive people I could ask for. I just went golfing a few weeks ago, actually didn't even think about this one. Just went golfing a few weeks ago with one of my friends and my dad. He was asking my dad when the last time he played golf or how he did. And my dad goes, "Oh, a couple weeks ago." He goes, "What'd you shoot?" My dad goes, "A 119. If anybody knows anything about golf, that sucks. That is absolutely terrible." And he responded by saying, "Oh, that's awesome. Did you have fun?" Or something along those lines. And I'm like, that is the positivity I need. That's the positivity everybody needs in their life, even when they suck at something, even when they know they suck. And trust me, my dad's not naive. He knows he's not a good golfer. That was just to pick me up that I'm like, maybe we should all be looking for the silver lining about every little thing in life. And these are all my non-chiropractic friends. I love them all, but there's something special about the DE family and the DE crew that I've somehow gotten lucky enough to be super close with. I was actually able to infiltrate Evan Sidoti's friend group. I actually didn't hang out with any of those guys throughout school. I knew Evan since we were young. We grew up together, raised together. And then he had to go off in typical Sidoti fashion and be smarter than everybody else and finish college a year early. So he jumped into life a year ahead of me. And that's where he was able to start with this whole new group of people, whole new group of guys, whole new group of friends that honestly, I'm so happy we did separate because I wouldn't have gotten close with them at all. And now you look at like Anthony, Joe, Alex Rubin, freaking the guy's literally given me the shirt off his back on multiple occasions. He pretty much helped me with every aspect, get my practice up and running. Paid for a bunch of stuff for me to do. It's incredible. And now it's funny, now we're trying to plan a weekend trip where we go in the forest and just chop wood for a weekend. Don't ask, I guess it's a guy thing. It'll be a men's therapy weekend. I do want to talk a little bit about The Office because, like Andy said, I've been in practice for 6 years. I was with my dad for about a year and a half. Not to get too much into that, let's just say we're much, much better friends now that we don't work together. It's actually gotten kind of fun the last year or so that we're able to obviously it's not really about the numbers, but compete hey, how many new patients you see this week? How many adjustments you do? Oh, I did this. And it's kind of that kind of competitive back and forth nature that I love having with him. So we just hit our 2-year anniversary last week on my own at the Nest. It's been awesome. We've been hovering around just under 250. Still can't quite break that yet, but I know it's coming soon. And we're rocking and rolling. Another cool thing about that group of like-minded people, back in January, we actually got together on a Zoom call. Who was it? Me, Evan, Alex, Joe, I think Tracer was on there, Anthony. And we came up with goals for the year. This is actually something that I haven't thought about in a long time, but just yesterday, while I was getting everything together, I went back to that piece of paper. I wrote everything down. I had new patients for the year. I had patient visits, adjustments for the year, and then collections, the financial part. I had no idea we were doing this good, but we have 3 months left in the year and we're pretty much 90% of the way through. So maybe next year I just got to come up with some harder goals for myself. So practice is great. I love it. Lots of little babies. The morning hours, now that the school started, 10 to 12, it's just nothing but constant babies. It's literally the best, the most fun. My team, the best part of their job is just holding baby while mom or dad gets adjusted. It's absolutely awesome. It's so much fun waking up, going into work in the morning, and just literally living the dream. Before I do wrap up, and I really don't have that much more to say, I do feel the need that I definitely need to bring up Julie. I know she's either on the other side of this wall watching on the computer, or she's got a cup up against the door listening to everything. But I do have to show some love and appreciation for Julie. If you don't know her, she's my girlfriend. If you ask her, it would be pre-fiance. It's coming soon, I know. Don't worry. She literally does everything. And there's no chance that our practice would be as thriving and as hot as it is right now if it wasn't for her. I always like to say I just show up and adjust. She's doing all the behind the scenes stuff. Even if she's not there in the office, she books patients over the weekends, books new ones. Right now she's handling a 2-year anniversary raffle where she's getting a bunch of local businesses to come and donate certain services to our patients. It's absolutely phenomenal what she does. And the thing I respect the most is without a ring yet, she has absolutely no skin in the game. So she's literally doing this out of the goodness of her own heart to help me push towards my dreams, to be able to see and to be able to serve and to be able to help as many people as we possibly can. When we do get married, though, I want her on full time. That's about all I got. I am so looking forward to DE in a couple weeks. 60th anniversary, absolutely crazy. If anybody wants to feel old, I think I went to my first DE 31 years ago. So I've officially been around for over half of DE. And I'm just so excited to give each and every person there a hug in a few weeks. That's all I got for you guys tonight.
Not trying to give you any hints, but this will make your practice grow. That will make your practice grow. You told me that a year ago, pre-stuff. So
I'm trying to listen to see if I could hear any laughs coming from the living room.
No pressure whatsoever for me, right?
It's coming. All
right, dude. You did a great job. Love you. I love the fact you're competing with your dad, competing with your buddies, but you're competing to serve more folks and to be an expression of God. That's what it's all about. You're doing a great job. And sorry for the loss of your high school friend, of your high school friend's dad.
Yeah.
We'll keep them in your prayers too. So yeah, you did a great job tonight. And
I appreciate it, man.
All right, everybody. That's it for the night. Have a great night. Love y'all, and we'll see you in 2.5 weeks. Right?
Let's do it.
Love you, brother. Good job.
Have a good night.